Okay, so I'm going to record with a Dragonstorm deck that I saw on AetherHub earlier this week. This is a deck that revolves around two combo game plans. Number one is the Minion of the Mighty Scale Up combo, or Minion of the Mighty with any sort of pump spell. Minion of the Mighty is a 1 mana 0/1 Kobold with Menace, and it has Pack Tactics, so if you've attacked with total power 6 or greater this combat, you get to cheat a dragon onto the battlefield. Tapped and attacking, which is relevant. So the combo here is to play a minion of the Mighty on turn 1, and then on turn 2 use Scale Up to make it a 6/4 worm. It'll still have its ability, so when you go to combat, you can cheat a dragon into play. And the dragon that we want to cheat into play is Terror of Mount Velis, a flying double striker 5/5 that gives other creatures you control double strike. So if they're not able to block the Minion of the Mighty, this is now a 6/4, so with double strike it hits for 12, and then Terror of Mount Velis hits for another 10. So you can theoretically kill somebody on turn 2 with this deck. And so I've played a version of this deck that just revolves very heavily around getting a Minion of the Mighty out on turn 1, and then killing your opponent on turn 2. That deck is a lot of fun, but it has a lot of problems if you don't execute the combo on turn 1. A lot of decks, if you are on the if you're on the draw, a lot of decks will be able to hold up like a Fatal Push or something like that to kill Minion of the Mighty. So that alone is not a good game plan. So this deck combines that with the Dragonstorm combo. Dragonstorm is a 9 mana sorcery with Storm that says search your library for a dragon card, put it onto the battlefield, and then shuffle. So we can do a similar thing with Dragonstorm. You'll often see this in the 5-color Mizzix's Mastery decks that try to cast it off of Emergent Ultimatum. What we're going to be doing here is just straight up trying to cast Mizzix's Mastery on our Dragonstorm in the graveyard to begin with, in order to kill our opponent. And so the way that we can do that is, first of all, with just enough combat damage, in general, we should be able to kill our opponent in 2 turns with a number of the large creatures that we have, like 5/5s, 5/5, 7/7s. We got a lot of big things in here. So what we want to do is basically get a Dragonstorm with enough creatures onto the battlefield so that we can kill our opponent. And there's a couple of ways that we can do this. So the obvious way is to just hardcast a Dragonstorm, which will happen probably on turn 9 for us, and that's not really going to happen. The better way to do it is to Mizzix's Mastery for your Dragonstorm. So this basically will give you 2 dragons out of your library, because you have 1 storm from casting Mizzix's Mastery and then 1 from the cast of Dragonstorm. Or rather, Dragonstorm copies itself once for the Mizzix's Mastery that was cast before it. But there is another way that we can make that even more potent, and that's by playing things like Burning Tree Emissary and Strike It Rich. These 6 cards are mana neutral, so if we are on turn 4 with a Burning Tree Emissary, we can play it, gain back 2 of the mana that we spent, and then still cast our Mizzix's Mastery. And now our storm count will be 2, so Dragonstorm will be able to find us a total of 3 dragons. And why that specifically is important is because we have Bladewing the Risen, 2 copies of this, and 2 copies of Terror of the Peaks. And so there's an interesting combo here, with, first of all, Bladewing the Risen. If this is a legendary creature and when it DTBs, you can return a dragon from the graveyard to the battlefield. So if your Dragonstorm allows you to pick out 3 creatures, you can get 2 Bladewings and a Terror of the Peaks. So you get Terror of the Peaks first, and then your first Bladewing hits the table, and Terror of the Peaks deals 4 damage, where 4 damage is the Bladewing power. Then your second Bladewing enters, and the legend rule immediately makes you have to sacrifice 1. But it'll still trigger Terror of the Peaks, and the one that enters and then is sacrificed still has its ETB ability hit the battlefield. So the legend rule is instantaneous, but the ETB will still go onto the stack. So then you just return the Bladewing copy that went to the graveyard back to the battlefield, and you can essentially ping-pong it in and out of the graveyard and drain your opponent out with Terror of the Peaks. So that is an instant kill right there. And let's see, what else can you do? You could just get a bunch of big creatures. You could get an Old Gnawbone, which is a 7/7. You could get a Zeatora the Incinerator, a 6/6. This one has the other ability of being able to, at the end step, you can sacrifice another creature and then kill. You can basically fling a creature at your opponent. You could, I mean, even just get a Terror of Mount Velis to set up your next turn's combo, if this is not available. And so there's a lot of stuff that you can do here. And so that's basically the Dragonstorm package. In order to get there, we can even discard a Bladewing through one of our draw discard spells, Thrill of Possibility, Faithless Looting, that kind of stuff. I guess Risk Factor is somewhat like that. And basically, that is the Dragonstorm half. And then kind of coming back to Minion of the Mighty, it can still put any of these things onto the battlefield. Like, getting a Ziatora the Incinerator into play is also very good because your minion hits for damage, Ziatora hits for another 6, and then you can sack your minion at the end step to deal another 6 to your opponent's face. So that is theoretically 18 damage right there, and then you can finish them off with Ziatora the next turn. Okay, so that is that. Generally, Minion of the Mighty is going to be an option when we have Terror of Mount Velis. Otherwise, we go for the Mizzix's Mastery plan. So let's talk about the rest of the deck. So we have things like Thrill of Possibility, Faithless Looting to draw ourselves cards, Risk Factor as well. Burning Tree Emissary and Strike It Rich are the mana neutral spells. There are Bala Ged recoveries in case we need to get a Minion of the Mighty back and try again. We have Turn Timber Symbiosis, which in the late game can just look for and then cast one of our big creatures. And that's pretty much it. There are a couple of notable things in the land base here. There's a 4 of Colony Garden, which is important for the fact that you can get a 0/1 plant out and just have that sitting on the battlefield. And that's important because if your opponent has sorcery speed removal, you can sort of dodge it by having the Colony Garden out on the battlefield and then casting your Minion of the Mighty and use your Colony Garden to meet the requirement to cheat out creatures. So that at least lets you dodge sorcery speed removal. There's also Lair of the Hydra, same sort of deal. This is only a creature on your turn. And then 2 Scrylands in here because sometimes we really just need to set up our draws. There's a lot of hands that are confusing to take with this deck because you may have components of each combo and it might be hard to decide what to do, but today we will take a look at different mulligans and see how they serve us. So this is our Dragonstorm Minion combo deck. Hope you enjoy it, and let's hop into some games. Okay. This is not the best hand that I could hope to have. We are missing both a payoff and the minion for the scale-up combo, and we are pretty good on the Mizzix's Mastery plan. We just need to draw something. Or we would just need to be able to discard Dragonstorm. Okay, so I could work with this. So let's just go with the Colony Gardens to start. Just play it slow. We're looking for a turn 4 Mizzix's Mastery. Oh, okay. This is potentially... Okay, so this could be an Artifact Stompy deck. I played one of these very recently. Let's see, so what am I going to do? I will go ahead and pay 2 life for Stomping Ground. I will go in with a Strike It Rich to get some mana ready. And then next turn, what am I doing? Well, for sure I'm not attacking, so I can stave that off. So they could animate. No, this is just Stompy. Okay. Yeah, I won't block that. I'll take that poison counter. Okay, so let's see what this next draw is. Another scale up is just really mediocre. Colony Garden comes in. I really can't do anything here, huh? Let's see. So Emissary is important for being able to kill with Mizzix's Mastery. So I mean, I could just use a scale up, like I might as well. Just start pushing a little damage. Maybe they think they need to trade with something or block. Either way, that's 6 damage, put them to 14. Okay. Alright. So So I can Mizzix's next turn. I mean, it's not really going to happen until I can find some way to discard Dragonstorm, so. Yeah, so they're just going to go in with Steel Overseer. Wish I could remove that card. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen. So it seems like they're going to go in. They're going to be able to hit me for 5. Whoa, they didn't even attack. Interesting. Well, I think at this point, I'm just going to hold all these cards in hand. I can make another treasure token. I feel pretty good about that. They're going to start buffing their board. And in the next couple of turns, I'm going to be in trouble. One of us is going to kill the other. And they have it on board. So if I'm them, I'm just attacking right in. Yeah, okay. All that glitters, sure. Alright, so now I gotta start blocking stuff. Otherwise, I die in 3 turns. Likely 2. Alright. Yikes. Yeah, I'm dead in 2 turns. I'm dead next turn. Yeah, I don't think there's a way that I win this. Faithless Looting is exactly... That is exactly what I needed. Oh my gosh. That even is my extra little bit of Storm. Wow. Alright. So, yeah, I think we just kill him here. I will discard Terror and Dragonstorm. Sorry, no, not Terror. I will... Yeah, I already cast Faithless Looting, yeah, so I don't really even need to do the Burning Tree thing. Mizzix's Mastery. Target my Dragonstorm. Auto pay. Okay. And yeah, they're dead. Okay, cast this. It copies itself twice. Alright, and so we resolved the first one. We are going to be finding our Terror of the Peaks. There it is. And now the second one, we are getting our first Blade Wing. We deal 4 damage to the opponent. Then we get the second one, which is a Blade Wing. Alright, we're going to just choose one of these guys. It will deal some damage there. I get to return one of these things back. I will choose to take the action. And now they are dead. Alright, so we were just barely able to combo before the Steel Stompy player killed us. Let's go. Alright, we're 1-0. Let's move on to round 2. Alright, we're here in round 2. I have the exact cards that I need. Okay, so I'm going to play Minion on turn 1, and then there's a chance I get to scale up on turn 2 if I draw a untapped green source. Otherwise, it's Bala Ged, Strike It Rich. Wow, and I got the Terror of Mount Bellis. That is huge. So this is a kill. So I am able to Strike It Rich and make the treasure token that I need. Cool. Strike It Rich. They get to draw a card. That is not going to help them when they are dead. Damn. Swing in. Put a Terror onto the battlefield. And, yeah. That is just 20 damage on turn 2. 22 damage on the nose. Super quick game. That was round 2. Let's go on to round 3. Alright, last round was only about a minute. Let's see if we can beat that this game. This hand is missing a lot of stuff. I am not super hot on keeping this one. We got the scale ups, but no creature. We have a way to fill up the graveyard, but nothing to put in there, and no Mizzix's Mastery. So this is not a keep for me. Okay. We'll mull that. And this one is just a single land, so there's no way I'm keeping that. Got the minion. This is another one where I don't have red mana. I gotta go one more. And I think I just kind of have to keep this no matter what. 1, to get rid of Lair of the Hydra, I think. Actually, I'll keep Lair of the Hydra. Okay. So I might as well just tap that Stomping Ground, because I am not going to be the aggressive player this game. And I don't even think I want to cast Minion of the Mighty yet. Actually, against Slivers, I don't really care. Ziatora. So my hand does not represent the combo kill. It represents a 2-turn kind of thing. Okay, so they're going to try to do some Sliver shenanigans. I will play this. I think I will throw a little Possibility. Makes sense to do. Now, is it going to be Terror of the Peaks or Ziatora? I think Terror of the Peaks is not... it does not represent enough damage for me. So I got a Burning Tree Emissary that can gum up the battlefield, and then I can do that into a second Thrill next turn, discarding whatever I got this turn. Okay, well, Burning Tree looks a lot worse now. Okay. Ooh, there's Minion Scale Up, okay. So that means I'm going to be in on Burning Tree into Minion. It actually doesn't even need to be Burning Tree. I mean, I might as well do this for extra damage. Alright. Well, they should know what's happening if they see the Minion of the Mighty. They will be able to trade for it if they would like to. And now they all have Double Strike. Oh my lord. So they have 5 damage. They actually cannot kill Ziatora, which is good. I mean, I just need to get Ziatora into the battlefield. Okay. Ooh, there's the Terror. Flying Double Strike. Yeah, so this is good. Just gonna scale this thing up. They got a double block minion. Yeah. Belos in. Alright. See what they do. They at least take 12. Actually, I think no matter how they block, they take 12. It's either 12 or 14, actually. If they kill minion... Oh, wow. They didn't block. They could have survived that turn. I think that was not smart on them. Oh well, we're 3-0. Let's move on to the next round. Okay, round 4. This has unfortunately not a lot of what I'm looking for. I'm going to mull it. This one we do have Mizzix and Dragonstorm. That feels pretty good. We do have Scale Up if we draw the minion as well. I'm going to keep this one. Now, do I want to keep a risk factor? Probably not. That generally seems to be kind of a weak card. Okay, so what's happening first? I guess I'll get the tap land out of the way. So now turn 2, it's going to be Copperline Gorge, discarding the Pathway. Okay, so this is that deck. Yoinks. They're going to have removal for the minion side of the combo. So I know that will not be the primary goal here. Let's just get an... Oh, actually, wait, no, I need to get this out of the way so I can Thrill. Discard that. Honestly, I should probably get rid of the Scale Up. We'll see. Scale Up could be part of the Storm thing, because we do need to get an additional Storm somehow. Yeah, I guess getting rid of the land is a bit better. Terror would be nice. Okay, Mentor's Guidance, sure. This is definitely not the fastest start that this deck can have, so I'm okay with that. Just getting hit for 3 a turn is honestly not the worst thing that could happen. I'm considering next turn hitting them for 6 with scale up. So I'm not really doing anything else with my mana. Oh my god, I threw the possibilities and didn't discard Dragonstorm. What am I doing? Okay, well, that just made this a whole lot more interesting. Let's see, so... You know, maybe it is scale up here. No, I'm not going to do it, because if I draw my minion, then I want to be able to get the Terror of Mount Velis onto the battlefield. Okay, well, this might... I might have just killed my chance here. Luckily, they're whiffing really hard on lands. But I can't expect that to go on for too much longer. Alright, they found what is probably their land. So I'm expecting another creature coming out. I'm gonna go to 8. Ugh. Yeah, this is gonna be a real last minute turn here, if anything. Yikes, okay. I don't have much time left to live. Yeah, bummer. I could have had him too. I have the mana to do it on the following turn, scale up into Mizzix's Mastery. What a mistake. Okay, well, can I do anything relevant? I could try to hit them for 6. I just have to hope that they block with the Symmetry Sage or something. No way they do, yeah. Okay, so I got 2 more turns here. A Faithless Looting does do it, same way that it got me last turn, or last game. Soulscar Mage does kind of blow. We're very close. Ah, now we're dead. Darn. Well, we're not dead yet, necessarily. I can at least block with the token unless they kill it. Alright. Can they give it trample or evasion? That will be good enough. Alright, and then I'll at least block here, because why not? Darn. Had what I'm pretty sure was the win there. Just kind of threw it away with a bad play on turn 3. Oh well. That was round 4. We've got 3 more to go. Here we go to round 5. Okay. This is close but no cigar. I'm going to mulligan it. Minion of the Mighty with a bunch of Thrill of Possibilities. I run 2 Mizzix's Masteries and 4 of the Dragonstorms. I am skeptical about this hand, but I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to get rid of the Burning Tree Emissary. I'm going to need to discard some of these lands to Thrill of Possibility. I am going to see what their first play is. I'm going to lead on a mountain. Seems to be the most ambiguous start. Yeah, this definitely seems like a deck that could kill my things, so I'm going to just chill on the minion. So here, let's go and drop this off. Faithless Looting with a Temple is good. So I can Faithless into Thrill. Okay. Terror minion, so I'm just one thing away. Let's just get rid of the lands then, or land Strike It Rich, since I don't have Mizzix's yet. Yeah, I'll keep the top land that scries. Okay, now I'm gonna actually be getting rid of it, but I'll do that on their end step. So, Angels? Is this Orzhov Angels? Alright. Alright, you get your counter. Something gets bigger in the hand. Okay, so this is not like one of the most aggressive hands that's possible to have, so that's good. We just need to get lucky with that minion draw. I think I'm going to play it next turn, given that I don't see a lot of removal here. I mean, they could have any of the 3-mana exile-based removals, but, you know, at some point I just gotta play into it. So we're going to be doing this discarding the Temple. Opponent thinking about what they're going to do with that last mana. They could be on like Ephemerate or something. Oh, there's the scale up. That's huge. So let's play the Bala Ged, Minion of the Mighty, and then Thrill of Possibility unfortunately can't be played. I could have actually just thrilled discarding Bala Ged. That kind of would have been smart. Whatever though. Alright, I'll pass through, see if they'll let me kill them next turn. Don't expect a board wipe. Maybe targeted removal? No, they tap out for this. That's huge. And if they attack all in, they are in trouble. If they hit me for 4, that feels pretty good to me. Alright, they must not be familiar with what I'm doing, or their last mana is held up for a kill spell. Okay, so scale up minion. Does it survive? There's a lot of priority being held. Okay, move to combat and swing. Get that trigger, let's go. Now is too late to kill it. And alright, we have at least 12 damage going to the face for minion. If they don't block with Terra, if they don't block the Terra, then they're dead. And I'm just passing through my turn and thrilling on their turn. Alright, cool. Ephemerate? What's happening? Oh, this is Malakir Rebirth. Oh, not even that. Okay. They go to 10. Alright. So we have the Terror in play. Now we just gotta get through a few more times. Come on. Okay, so this thing's back. Alright, that's fine. Okay, so they're just making things in their hand bigger. Okay, they're all tapped out. It would be unwise of them to attack, even though I am at 14. So after my thrill, I'll have 2 cards in hand. Next turn, I'll have 3 cards, and I can Faithless Looting. Looking for a... Okay, so thrill, discard Strike It Rich. We get to look 2 more deep. Call Me Garden Risk Factor is not the move. Double Call Me Garden. I don't even know if I want that extra mana. I'm going to flashback Faithless. Darn. Okay, so discarding 2 cards. Risk factor is probably... I mean, risk factor is becoming kind of okay. Get rid of a Colony Garden for sure. Probably both of these, actually. Alright. This comes in tapped. And then what happens? Do I just chill here and trade, or do I trade the Terror? I think I just sit back and buy time until I can kill them for sure. Okay, so the plan A combo didn't work. Now we get to see how well this deck can hold on into the long game. So as their life total goes down, risk factor becomes a lot better. Oh god, I don't like this. This is bad for me. At this point, it's kind of like we're looking for a Bladewing combo. Although we are getting pretty close to the critical point of being able to play another Terror just from hand. Alright, so this is sacking minion. And yeah, Rampage of the Valkyries is going to eat my board. I just play a handful of really big creatures. Well, kind of wish I had those Colony Gardens now. Is it worth... No, it's not worth Bala Ged recovering for a Colony Garden. It can't be. There's no way. That's impossible. No. Okay, so I would like to risk factor you and see if you'd let me draw cards. I think it's correct for them to go to 7. These all angels? They are all angels. Okay. There's a chance they give me cards here. Yeah, okay, I was about to say. Yeah, let's just put this in as another land. We have 6 mana next turn. That's enough for Strike It Rich risk factor, and then the following turn can be a Terror play. But yeah, at this point I'm kind of just treading water. Oh, yikes. Well, I thought I was close, but now it seems I'm not as close as I thought. So my priority right now is probably the Bladewing kill. Like, with the amount of life gain they're going to get through Righteous Valkyrie, I'm going to need it. At some point they just start attacking here, probably once Youthful Valkyrie gets big enough. Oh, this is obscene. Never thought the party stuff was that good. But they are getting a lot of incidental counters here. So they are attacking with the Garbage Squad. I will at least trade with some... This is when an angel dies, right? Yeah, so I might as well just do the thing that I'm going to be trading with. And yeah, I go to 7 mana. Nothing to sack. Ziatora is unfortunately not castable, so I am just dead. Go ahead and risk factor them, see if they will give me anything. Terror was in hand, but it wasn't enough. They can just go ahead and take their damage. I'm showing 1 mana. Okay, and opponent has got it. We can go ahead and concede. So that was round 5. Didn't make it out against the Angel deck. Alright, we got 2 more rounds to go. Let's finish it out. Okay, so this hand has some draw, a bunch of Dragonstorm. It has the Bladewing in here. I don't think I want to keep this one. Double minion with Burning Tree. Eeh. Oh man, I don't know about this one either. This doesn't really have enough draw power. It does have enough Burning Tree Emissary power. Like, we can get 4 creatures onto the board. Or 3 onto the board as early as turn 2. We can really flood the board with this thing. With 1 more 2-power creature, that is the threshold for a Minion of the Mighty. But I don't even have a dragon in hand. Yeah, I can't keep this. It goes nowhere. Wow, this is also really bad. 4 cards that do nothing. Alright. Is this even playable? I think I have to keep 4. No way around that one. Terror of Mount Velis, scale up. Burning Tree goes back. Bladewing goes back. And am I really playing this on a 1-lander? Alright, we are operating on a 1-lander. The astute among you will notice that Thrill of Possibility is in fact a 2-mana spell, but it does not matter as we have drawn the untapped land off the rip. I am going to not play it this turn because I like all the cards that are in my hand. I'm just going to play out this land. Might as well just slow roll this, wait for my opponent to do something. Blue-white. I smell control. I got Faithless Looting. That's better. If they counter my 1-mana play, I am happy with that. Alright, we're going to have to bin 2 dragons. I will go ahead and pass. I don't even think I'm going to use Thrill of Possibility. Strike it, Rich, eh? I will draw 2, discard 2. See if that's worth a counter. Sure. Okay. Faithless. I'm going to get rid of Strike It Rich and Thrill, I think. So this is a land. Get a little plant token. Am I just getting Teferied right now? That would be brutal. These are really pretty sleeves. I didn't even realize there was a person on those. I thought it was just plants. Let's Faithless Looting first in case we find something that we would like to keep. I will get rid of the lands and try to hit something else. Alright, so we're looking deep here. I can get rid of the Dragonstorm, thank God. And I think it's going to be Faithless Looting because I'd like to hold on to Burning Tree Emissary if I can get Mizzix's Mastery out. Okay. Oh, they're letting me get there. I'm surprised none of my stuff's been countered yet. They've been doing a lot of past the turn kind of behavior. Interesting choice of Sphinx's Revelation. Okay, so this is just definitely Drago blue-white control. Whoa, Ominous Seas is what we're playing against? Okay. Do I want this mana source? I do not need the mana source to win. I really only need to operate on 4 mana. So let me go ahead and Faithless Looting. Look for something else to do. Another Dragonstorm. Rootbound Crag. Yeah, I might as well put that into the graveyard. Now I don't have any draw spells, so I might as well do this. And pass. 5 mana. I'm 2 away from just casting a Terror of Mount Velis straight up. I have to admit I have no idea what my opponent is doing. I'll pass if they're... Oh, wait, I don't want to pass. Ah, whoops. Could have just struck it rich. Got that extra mana out, but okay. Yeah, I'm going to discard the second Terror here. Get my treasure, pass turn, throw on their turn. Okay, cast this, discard Terror. If they're in it for the card advantage, they could still counter this. It's pretty worth it to them because I just went down 2 cards. Jesus, it's another Dragonstorm. A Bladewing, that's not good. So there goes part of the combo. You know what? I could just cast a Turn Timber Symbiosis. Could also just cast a Terror of Mount Velis next turn. Yeah, actually, you know what? This is this represents me just casting Terror next turn. So then Scale Up, is that worth using on my little Colony Garden token? Can hit him for a bunch. And then I could also get Burning Tree Emissary out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could also just cast Turn Timber next turn. Well, when I eventually draw... Yeah, you know what? Let's do this. Are they going to finally crack off a counterspell? No, they're not. Okay, will they do it when I... Overload is each, right? Oh, well, let me do that next turn then. Forgot that Scale Up works like that. Yeah, so I can hit him just for 12 next turn with a overloaded Scale Up for 6. Yeah, so that's why Colony Garden's in this deck. Okay, so what is my move? Is it to play Scale Up first to avoid the Turn Timber thing? Okay, so I'm going to shock this in. I am going to scale up. Oh, it doesn't matter. I just have to choose one of these. Yeah, why not? I'll just scale up first. Is this the right way to do it? Do I want to cast Terror first or scale up? I mean, Terror has the higher upside. I would like one of these to eat a counterspell. Which one should eat the counterspell more is the question. I think it's probably Scale Up. Let me do Terror. I want to just throw something out there that they're going to be happy to counter. Like, if they have a counter, it gets used on this, or removal or anything. There you go. So they're playing some weird, weird magic over here. 3, 6, 7, 8. I'm 2 mana away from Dragonstorming. Now, Dragonstorm, if cast, does copy itself. Yeah, let me just try to do this for the overload. They could have Settle the Wreckage in hand. So they definitely have a counterspell. They are wondering if taking 12 damage is worth it. I'd say it's probably not. Yeah, that makes sense. For 2 mana, I paid 6 for that. I don't even know why that's a question. Okay, attack with Burning Tree. And we'll slowly kill him with Kindness and this this here Human Shaman. Alright. So Ominous Seas needs 8 things, right? So it's tough. So I can start to Dragonstorm soon. Next untapped land. I can just play Zeatora. This is tough. I mean, I think this probably also eats a counter. Oh, it doesn't. Interesting. It's gonna get bounced or something then. This is remove 8 counters to make a Kraken. I cannot conceivably attack right now. Okay, so that's a misclick. They should cycle something and then eat my Burning Tree, I think. Okay, that's also pretty bad for me. Okay, Brazen Bar cannot block. Okay, well this is kind of all going awry right now. What does it take for me to come back here? It has to be Mimesis Mastery on Dragonstorm, but that just gets countered. Yeah, I think things are looking pretty bleak here. We've drawn quite a bit through the deck. Okay, they make their big creature, sure. Yeah, so they can make an 8/8 now. That is, I'm not gonna lie, pretty tough to deal with for me. Yeah, Ominous Sea is kind of a fun control card. I don't usually play it, but it is a way to do things. And they're also an approach deck. Okay. Well, I can make this happen. Then I also have Dragonstorm. If I draw one of the non-black mana dragons, that's another option. Has to be a pass the turn kind of deal. And I'm really only able to chump this Kraken until the end of time, and now I'm just dead. Okay, so we just are not going to make it out of round 6. Opponent has gotten us with the Kraken. Okay, so that was round 6. We got round 7 coming up. One last chance to do the combo. Let's do it. Okay, it's round 7, and we've got one more chance for greatness. This hand is not that. We have something to do here. It's a Terror of the Peaks on round 2. I will keep it. Now, what do I get rid of? 3 mana. I want to keep Scale Up Minion, Terror of the Peaks. Burning Tree is not going to make the cut. Pay 2 life for a minion. Next turn I can scry, see what happens next with this hand. If I look with the scry and it's something that I like, ooh, Old Gnawbone. That's actually pretty good. Let's go ahead and not take a land, cast Scale Up on minion, swing in, we get Old Gnawbone out, and then we get to make 7 treasures. Oh, we get to make 13 treasures. So I can then just cast this. Auto-pay. We can get a Terror of Mount Velis. And then, because why not? Here's a Terror of the Peaks. Alright. So that is over 20 power on the board. Okay, not 20 power anymore, but that's 17 power on the board after having done 13 damage on turn 2. Yeah, they don't come back from this in any sort of way. That was an obscene way to start a game 7. My lord. Yeah, so opponent gets to put out a 2-drop, and then we just get to slam them. Yeah, Old Gnawbone. 13 treasures off of Minion of the Mighty and itself hitting our opponent. That was just some chef's kiss material right there. Turn Timber Symbiosis ended up being a great keep as well. Found our Terror. Alright. Opponent is staring incredulously at our board state. It's possible that they have a removal spell. Targeted removal at that. And yeah, they'll just pass on through. Let's move to combat. Alright. Well, we went from losing in round 6 to absolutely scraping the floor with our opponent. That was pretty cool. And so is this deck. Quite a fun one if you're looking for something that is just the absolute highs and low of Magic. Not necessarily something that wins too often, then maybe this is the deck for you. Do give it a try if you're willing to craft the... if you're willing to spend these gold and silver... Jesus. These gold and mythic wild cards. If you got them to spend, give the deck a try. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like, drop a subscribe, helps me grow the channel. And yeah, thank you for being around, and thank you guys for continuing to watch the videos. It helps a lot, and I'm excited that you guys like watching the games. So yeah, you know, you'll see a lot more from me here to come. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.